What are employers actually looking for in an administrative assistant? Well, there are a few essential skills. And today, I'm joined by Indeed career strategist Marianne to share her insights.
When employers talk about top candidates, they're not just looking for technical skills. They're looking for people who can operate in complexity. Multitasking and handling different personalities are core skills employers will be looking for.
One essential role of an admin assistant is to communicate professionally and effectively both inside and outside the company. This can mean being a liaison between departments or answering and routing phone calls. This might seem obvious, but admin assistants perform a range of tasks, from ordering supplies to planning company events, meetings, and conferences. Additional responsibilities like data entry, expense reports, and record keeping may also come into play. Admin assistants need to have excellent interpersonal and collaboration skills in order to build trusted relationships with clients, customers, and colleagues. They use computers and smartphones for most communication and documentation, so some tech savvy is a must. Admin assistants manage several calendars for executives and managers, sometimes a whole office, not to mention their own. Strong organizational skills are the backbone of their work, ensuring smooth scheduling across the org. Feeling confident in your skills now? Great! Then let's talk about interview questions. Question number 1. How do you prioritize tasks? This question examines your ability to juggle several competing responsibilities successfully. In answering this question, you want to highlight your skills such as organization, multitasking, and time management. To elaborate more, I'm going to turn it over to Marianne.
Multitasking isn't about doing everything at once. It's about prioritizing when everything feels urgent. So in interviews, don't say, "I multitask well." Share a quick story about competing priorities, how you chose what mattered, and what happened as the result.
Here's an example of what that could sound like. In my experience as an administrative assistant, prioritizing tasks starts with understanding urgency and impact. I begin each day by reviewing my to-do list and organizing items by deadlines, business priorities, and what will most directly support the team's goals. For example, if I receive an urgent request from a manager while I'm working on routine scheduling, I'll assess if the new task has an immediate deadline or impacts key stakeholders. I'll start by clarifying time expectations, then adjust my schedule accordingly. And I always communicate clearly if shifting priorities will affect a timeline. Remember, your answer should show off your ability to juggle multiple tasks and your organizational skills, all while keeping your cool when things get busy and being flexible when the occasion arises. Question number 2. Describe a situation where you had a conflict with a colleague and how you resolved it. Interviewers ask this question to see how you navigate disagreements, whether you can stay professional when tensions arise, and how effectively you problem solve when personalities clash. Here's an example you can reference to practice. I once worked with a colleague who had a more formal communication style from mine, which led to missed details on shared tasks. I addressed it by having a brief, respectful conversation to clarify expectations. We agreed on a simple framework. Every request would include what's needed, the deadline, and any relevant context. After that, deadlines were met more consistently, and the working relationship became much smoother. You want to show your interviewer you're the person to count on when tensions are high. Question number 3. What's the most successful project you've worked on as an administrative assistant, and why do you think it was successful? This is your time to shine. Share a win that demonstrates you understand their priorities and can deliver measurable impact, not just complete tasks. You're not just sharing your success story. You're showing that you're the assistant for the job. That means structuring your answer to touch on their needs as an organization.
A great story shows impact, not effort. Talk about how you improved a process, prevented a problem, or helped a leader succeed, and what changed because of you.
Now you're ready to answer questions. Are you ready to ask them? The questions you ask in an interview are important because they show that you're engaged in actively thinking about the demands of the role and the organization's needs. They can also help you learn if the role and organization are the right fit for you.
Best questions to ask as a candidate are, what does success look like in the first 90 days? How does this role partner with leadership? Which tools or systems will I be working with every day?
Here are a few questions you can ask to help you stand out. How does your team prefer to communicate throughout the day? This tells them you're ready to hit the ground running. You're not just asking about tools, you're figuring out how to be accessible, responsive, and effective in the way that works best for their specific team culture. What calendar management style does the office prefer? This question demonstrates you're thinking about the day-to-day responsibilities. This may also be an opportunity to talk relevant skills and software knowledge, like project management tools or CRMs. If they're looking for an Asana maven and you live and breathe Asana, that's a match made in heaven. How do people in this role typically grow within the company? This question signals to your interviewer that you're thinking long-term and that you're looking for an organization you can invest in. Before wrapping up the interview, don't forget to prepare a forward-looking closing remark that highlights the impact that you'd like to make in the role. We get it. Job interviews can be stressful, but one way to calm your nerves is to be prepared. Here are 3 simple steps you can take to make sure you're more than ready. So study the job description, research the company, and of course, practice your answers. It might seem daunting at first, but when you get that offer letter, you'll be grateful you did. Your skills are essential to making an office run smoothly, so be confident in them. And show your interviewer that they couldn't function without you, because they kinda can't. Good luck, and go crush that interview. For more career advice, search Indeed on YouTube, or visit our website.